shaking the cold, limp hand of a Mexican man. It's Friday.
All right, now we're underway. Proper on the Halloweeny edition of the Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast. Oh, what do we have here?
Oh, God.
Yes, the Halloweeny edition. The Halloween edition of the Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast.
I have to admit, I fucking hate Scooby-Doo.
It's okay. The intro is always a little Halloweenish. Well, we were trying to think of different ways to, what to do for Halloween.
Came up with Scooby-Doo.
Well, we were talking about dressing up, and it's like, well, this is not a visual podcast yet.
It would have been more for our benefit.
Probably. You're right. And then we thought, how about we play songs about necrophilia as the intro, by Alice Cooper, and went with Cold Ethel instead.
That is the Halloween that I want to be a part of.
That's the Halloween of my childhood. It's the Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast. We come together every week. I almost said once a week. Like, well, why don't we say weekly?
We are a weekly podcast, yes.
We are with an emphasis on week.
Right.
Especially, well, I don't know. We kind of tore it down a little hard on a Thursday for some reason. So,
well, Thursdays are my Fridays.
Yeah. Well, I explained you.
I get
I'm just a dumbass on Thursday. That's all.
I get 2 Fridays and a Saturday every week.
Yeah. All right. So come together. What's a week? Talking
right
about
now.
Some of our fun things. I always lead off. How was your week? Which is actually very, very important this week because
it really is.
You, my friend, have had a hell of a week. Kind of like Leonardo DiCaprio in Titanic almost.
Yeah, and it's really great because, we have your lady here. We have Ruben here hanging out with us. I don't have to tell the story like 4 or 5 times. I can just tell it once right now. It's good. I'm not going to draw it out, though. Basically, I had to kick out some stoners for smoking weed in my hotel.
How dare they?
I know.
The heathens.
I know. Fucking people just have no respect for my hotel between the hours of 11 and 7 a.m.
Did they not respect your authority?
They didn't because I told them not to do it again, and they fucking did it again.
Yeah.
So I was like, you guys got 15 minutes. I'm calling the cops.
You tell them, what do you think this is, Denver?
Fucking 4 hours that way, man. It hit the border. And
well, even in Denver, you can't get higher in their hotel rooms.
Yeah, that's true. But it's so inconvenient. Just go outside and do it, It's like, just do it. I don't care. They smoke.
So you weren't like being a hard ass, like, narking them out or anything?
No, the first time when I busted, I was like, look, I don't care you guys smoke weed. Just take it outside. That's all I ask.
Yeah.
And then they shunned me.
But you're like the cop Cartman this week.
Damn right. No one's respecting my authority. So after that happened, the rest of the night went all right. And then about 6 a.m., I get a text message from my boss like, I was up all night, barf, and I'll be there, but I'll be like 10 minutes late. Cool. No big deal.
Did you assume that she was lying about her condition?
I assumed she just was pregnant or something. I don't know.
Well, because doesn't she like have free digs there?
Yeah, she lives there at the apartment, in an apartment in the hotel.
So how would she be late coming to work?
Well, she has to take kids to school and whatnot, and that took a little bit longer. She's like 26 with 2 kids.
Making sure she wasn't doing like other moonlighting.
But she was there 10 minutes late, but she was there. And in the back telling her about the day, what she needed to know. And long story short, the lady just barfs all over me.
Oh. Did she have like cabbage or anything? Or?
No, thankfully it was all just like water and a half-assed attempt at breakfast maybe.
Wow.
But it was primarily just I was bathed in someone else's stomach goo.
It was goo instead of chunks.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's handy. See, I'd hate to get hit with like inertia.
Yeah. It was. Well, you could call it projectile vomit. You certainly could.
Right.
Because I was like 4 feet away from her because I don't want to get fucking sick if she was sick.
So you're trying to maintain a distance if she hits you anyway?
Yeah.
Fuck.
She has poor control over her barfing.
Maybe. But
I mean,
you
close your mouth, you swallow that stuff unless you can get to a proper receptacle.
Get her to the DOD and weaponize that.
I guess so. and then got off work with minus a work shirt because I didn't want to drive home smelling.
Were you driving around with without a shirt on?
Listen, no, I had an undershirt on it. I always have an undershirt on. No,
the visual I had of you riding around listening to weird goddamn pagan metal.
Cold Thursday morning, jamming Devin Townsend with no shirt on. Fucking A. Yep, that's right. But on my way home, I'm driving behind this old motherfucker. They just graveled over there.
Well, because around here, for people who don't live around here, like when the roads get bad, instead of like, I don't know, fixing them, they like just lay down gravel.
Yeah, they wait for it all to get bad, and then maybe they'll do something about it.
Yeah, maybe.
So, and I got behind this old man driving about 25 miles an hour, and I was like, well, shit, I don't want to pass him because I don't want to kick up gravel onto his shit.
Was he like in a Lincoln Town car or something?
No, your typical old man, huge-ass late 80s Ford.
Oh, like an LTD or something,
with
like a land boat.
No Obama stickers on it. Make America great again, that type of shit.
Jesus.
So I'm probably behind like 20 feet of this guy. You know, I'm not riding his ass or nothing, but I'm letting him know he is driving far too slow for my preferences.
20 feet, like how fast are you going?
20.
Oh, yeah. No, that's appropriate. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So dude slams on his brakes.
No.
And as do I. And guy gets
trying
out.
To get you to run into him like a Juarez traffic stop?
I don't know. I think. Well, when I saw him get out, he was clearly angry at me. Very angry. He was waving his cane around.
Are you fucking kidding?
Saying he's going to whip my ass. I was tailgating him.
A cane? So we're talking like an actual old guy.
Yeah.
I thought you were like talking like
my age. We're talking octogenarian here.
Holy shit. Okay.
We're talking about a guy that probably shouldn't be out driving in the first place.
Yeah.
And after a nice repartee with the old man, and I was like, just get back in your vehicle and we'll just go.
Fight him?
I killed him. Dead. I was like, I know I have at least one murder in my life. One guy I will kill before my whole the insanity just takes me over, and it might have been him that morning.
Didn't want to cash that one.
Yeah. Thankfully, I was tired.
Yeah.
You know,
been a long day.
Tired, long day. I've been puked on. You had to deal with a bunch of damn potheads.
That'd have been a hell of a visual of Brandon whipping somebody's ass without a shirt on, bright and early in the morning.
Yep. Oh man.
Probably while like Fintroll plays in the background or something.
There's a movie in there somewhere. There's got to be. So yeah, that was my week.
Yeah, that's it. That's why we check in with your week, because my week is bullshit. I talked to some people today. Although I did actually end up having an angry caller today. I don't like to reveal necessarily what I do for a living, but let's just say it involves broadcasting at a certain level. And we run contests and things. And
the mighty contest.
Yeah. And had a guy call up legitimately pissed that he can't get into our contests. Not this one. For the last 8 years, he's been unable to get in to a contest for the last 8 years.
Clearly not trying hard enough.
No. And I said, well, so you want me to apologize for us having a popular contest?
That many will enter and few will win?
He corrected me. He said, this is bullshit. I lived in Arizona. They didn't do it this way because I let people know, listen down in the 8 o'clock hour. So and what we're doing is, for people that don't know, in the radio business, you basically fucking bribe people to listen to your radio station during the book period, the period that the ratings count.
Right.
So that's why the big giveaways are during that period. People do big things,
Yeah, right.
in the fall, in the spring, twice a year. And so, so apparently this guy's been trying for like 8 solid years. And he's like, they never did this in Arizona. They wouldn't tell you when to be listening. Well, sorry.
Is he bitching at you for...
That's what I mean. It's like because everybody and his brother is getting in this contest, we're doing.
Wow.
So, he was angry about that. I thought, am I supposed to apologize for our success? Because I don't know. Because I really don't know.
Hey, man, I know, I've only entered one of your radio thingies once, and I won. Of course, I didn't go to see Gary Allen, but the fact that I won.
You won, and basically just to give a big middle finger to everybody on planet Earth that they can't go because you decided
That's right.
You won the tickets and you weren't going to go.
Guess what? It ain't a sold-out show anymore because I ain't going, and I know I got tickets.
Actually, it did count as a sold-out show because you had tickets.
Crack horse.
All right. We come together weekly to talk about Mead, metal, MMA. 3 favorite things we have going on.
I'll try next week. Keep my personal week down to 4 minutes tops.
No. Trust me. No. Like one of the people actually ask why we don't do Brandon and Lubbock stories anymore.
Oh, well, I haven't been in a long time.
Yeah. They are.
Last time I went was
your past is a bit of a fucking almost a weird. Well, it's almost like Gonzo journalism.
I do plan on writing a book at 50. And it's all going to be true, and people are really going to hate me for it, but I don't care. The story must be told. Last time I went to Lubbock was with that ass turkey back there.
Over there.
And to go see Through the Never, and then he took me to a gay dance club afterwards.
Well, Ruben does know how to treat a date.
That's why we're pals. That's right, because you took me to like the pill-popping capital of Lubbock that night.
Jesus. All right. Would you pour me some more rye whiskey? Which, by the way, that's what we're drinking this week. We're on the standards, what we call the standard diet around here, which is Budweiser, cheap beers, expensive whiskey.
And a little sniff of brandy.
Actually, yeah, we started off with a shot of Asbach from that's from Rhineland, right? Rhineland, yeah. So where my lady is from in Germany, that's where they manufacture this brandy at, which I just call it good wine liquor.
Yeah,
because it's distilled wine.
Right. It's pretty good.
Germans make great wine, which is weird to me because it's hard getting your hands on really good wine over in this country from Germany nowadays.
Yeah, it's all just like wine made down the street.
No, I mean, but they have like one major one. I mean, Liebfraumilch is like the one of the biggest like brands labels, I guess.
Yeah.
And they buy out wine from all these other vineyards throughout Germany. I mean, so it's not a localized thing. The localized wine thing is really what makes Germany cool, on the wine side of things. And when we ended up picking up a bottle of Shine as the label. We weren't drinking Shine. It's the actual label on the bottle. They make a really great Riesling, and it's right there in the area where Silk is from. So,
right on.
Yeah. All right, let's get to Mead talking about it. We were going to start Troublemaker and have that underway today. Turns out I was ill-equipped to act, to quote a Rush song.
Well, it's the process. I mean, as soon as we get it in the bucket, it's really just time.
Well, and that's the thing. I had no yeast energizer is the problem. And for those of you that make a lot of mead, which I'm assuming is most of our audience.
Yeah.
Okay. We have to utilize energizer and nutrient. Nutrient is in energizer, but not the other way around.
Uh-huh.
I felt weird about going ahead and using just nutrient. Now, I did talk about it with one of my favorite people that know about chemistry and things of that nature. And no, I decided let's hold off. Let's go ahead and I will start this Monday. I don't want to start this next week, drag it out another week. But I want to get it started, and I would like to be able to have it done right before Christmas.
That'd be great.
It'd be a Christmas miracle.
It would be a Christmas miracle. Troublemaker is our Christmas miracle batch.
Well, we did start it in the spring, though, when we first made it. But, that's beside the point. But
still a fucking miracle. It was drinkable.
Longships is, that did work out being a miracle. Longships is moving right along. We're still getting a heck of a lot of flocculation out of it, which I expected because it's only been underway in 2 weeks now.
Right.
So
slowing down a little bit, but as it should.
Yeah. We're expecting probably about another week. 1 week to 2 weeks. It just depends. And it depends on the mead. It depends on how cold I decide to keep the house, by the way. But we'll be moving that one over to another bucket, getting the French oak in it along with the other flavorings, and ready to rock and roll with that one.
Hopefully be ready in the November time, maybe.
Probably by the time we get in bottle, probably first, second week of December, I'm thinking.
That'd be good. Right along with breaking out the Holly King again.
Holly King will be. Oh wow! Well, the interesting thing with that, they're starting to get to be a real generated interest in Holly King a year later.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, it's a special batch now.
Yeah. No. I don't want to keep bringing up my brother every week, but he's interested. Our friend Krista's interested. She bought a bottle last year and kind of wondering what it's going to be this year. A few other, another friend of ours, Don, he'd never bought a bottle, so yeah. It's Holly King will be an interesting one when we break it out. The thing is, for all of our donors out there, we have to apply a storage fee on this.
That's right.
This 1 year
bottle.
This
is age me. This is 2016 Holly King.
Yeah,
and we're at the end of 2017.
I mean, I can't call it a grand reserve or something like that because it's not a batch we've done before, but it is a reserve.
Sure.
And because it is a 1 year
and
by the time that we
probably.
Put it out there.
Who knows if we do Holly King again? This might be.
I don't know. I mean, that's one of Krista's favorite batches. Oddly,
Well, if she can get about $400, we'll do one.
Well, just. Yeah, we can do anything.
Private runs.
Got the cash.
That's right.
We do need to look into doing another batch, a vanilla batch of mead.
Right.
I like to keep that one out there for people who've never had mead before.
Sure. Yeah, that just want to know the base flavor of a honey wine.
We've got a lot of the Green Man. People that don't know anything about the Green Man. Our donors outside of New Mexico, I'm not a big fan of getting it in your hands because you're not going to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
This state,
you never know.
State is retarded for green chili.
It really is. It should be our national symbol.
Well, it kind of
Get rid of the Z
is.
symbol and put a hatch chili on there.
It is a thing. I mean, and I know some of you are going to say, whoa, did he just say retarded? Yes. I'm sorry. This is not the politically correct podcast.
Bummers.
Yeah. I meant to say waterhead. No.
Water baby.
Yeah. Slow motion.
Slow burn.
But yeah, no, the Mead side is coming along just fine. The Longships, it's where it needs to be. Troublemaker will be started by Monday or Tuesday, somewhere in that ballpark, once the yeast nutrient comes in. Why is my wolf barking outside? Yeah, if you want to go check on her, that'd be great. Yeah, usually it's just Brandon and I, so it's kind of weird we have extra people hanging out.
Yeah, that's right. What the hell are y'all doing here?
Yeah. Let's put them to work. All right, that's good enough for the Mead side. Metal side, what do we have this week, my good man?
Well, it looks like kind of a bummer here. We've been listening to Pilgrim a little bit lately.
Yeah.
Void Worship. We were actually jamming the other day.
Didn't they just have a new one come out not long ago?
I think they were either going to have a new album come out because they were just touring.
Okay.
2014 was when Void Worship came out. But the frontman, John Rossi, died at 26.
Well, heroin?
No cause of death. Been revealed.
So heroin then.
Probably heroin. Doom metal.
Oh, 26, natural causes as such.
Yeah, that's a real bummer because just getting into those guys.
Yeah.
Just discovered them probably a couple months ago.
Right.
So real bummer. Real bummer.
Well, they were really good doom metal. I mean, they brought that, that bah that you kind of get from
that gif.
Yeah.
But yeah, real bummer. I don't know, how do you recover when you lose your guitar and your singer in one fell swoop?
That is a down. Yeah. God, it's been kind of a down week for me though, because the realization occurred that we live in a world without enough Tom Pettys and too many Bruce Springsteens.
What did Disley say in his stand up? I think he said he says, I mean, Stevie Ray Vaughan is dead. And we can't get John Bon Jovi in Helicopter. Come on, folks.
No, absolutely. That's absolutely right.
Here's something a little lighthearted. Apparently, you familiar with 6 Feet Under? Not the show, but the band.
Oh no, I'm familiar with the show, not the band.
Yeah, brutal metal.
Oh well, there you go.
Oh,
like core, grindcore. Yeah.
Grindcore, but slower. Like slow.
Because grindcore is fast.
Sludgy.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Just death metal, basically.
Okay.
Brian Slagle, the owner, CEO of metalblade, put out a book about his life running metalblade records. And apparently in it, he said he offered Dave Mustaine and Megadeth $7,000 to sign with the label.
$7,000.
Yes. Which
okay.
It doesn't say when this was offered. It has to be.
I'm assuming it wasn't last week.
Right. No shit. It had to be right after probably they put out their first album as Megadeth. And Dave Mustaine hops on Twitter and says, if the fallacy of offering us a deal for $7,000 is any indication of the rest of this book, I hope it's marked fiction. I never sign with you.
Yeah.
Wow. So Brian Slagle comes out and says, oh, well, shit, man. My bad. I guess maybe I just remembered it wrong. And Mustaine, apology accepted.
Well, Mustaine's kind of an asshole. Let's not lie to ourselves. I mean.
Well, Chris Barnes, frontman of 6 Feet Under, comes out and tweets back, you, sir, are a fucking asshole.
Yeah. Well, let's not lie to ourselves. Let's look at what Metal Blade Records does. They do have some good bands on their label.
Sure. Oh, yeah, Metal Blade's great.
Oh, yeah. But they are a weird label that does like to promote the label.
Sure.
Which nobody gives a shit. They want to know about your bands. They don't care. The general public doesn't give two shits about your label itself.
Right. Absolutely. But Chris Barnes, Dave Mustaine replied back with grade school shit. Takes one to know one.
Well, Mustaine is a child.
Yeah, but you figure for a guy that loves talking shit, he'd be a little better at it.
Oh yeah, well no, he's no Shale Sonnen.
Right. And Barnes responds back, yeah, I guess so, but you're the king of assholes. Enjoy your throne. He is king of assholes. in a land littered with assholes in that fucking music in that business, he is king asshole.
Yeah. Yeah. He's he's a different dude. I don't want to say he's the Harvey Weinstein of. A couple of weeks ago, I was saying he's the Harvey Weinstein of metal. Nowadays, you can't say that because Harvey Weinstein wrecked it for the entire film industry.
Yeah, and now it just seems like everybody else is coming out with that shit.
Yeah, well, no, there's a spotlight in that fucking crypt of assholes right there. So,
it's nice to have them looking over their shoulders all the time now, though.
But trust me, the music business is probably just as dirty.
Sure,
but I think it's always been more transparent.
Yeah, but it's also usually mutual. I mean, you know the history of like groupies,
right?
Following a band across the country just to bang them at every stop.
Speaking of which, so all 4 members of Decapitated now, the Polish death metal band that did a show in Spokane, Washington. Went to L.A., got arrested, and then extradited back to Spokane because a woman said that she was sexually assaulted on their bus.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
Yeah, we did. And the investigating officer didn't even want to press charges. It came down to the very last day. The DA had to press charges or let it go. Finally decided to press charges. Well, the problem is I think that they're really, really they're looking at a case that is not going to be able to move forward, I don't think. Apparently, this gal is very much damaged goods, as it turns out. She's been accused of other assaults at the same venue.
And all of them fell through?
I don't know about that, but so that's the whole thing. So this is apparently somebody that cries wolf a lot. The problem I have with that, shit like that does happen. Assaults do happen. But so somebody like that, when it maybe did not in fact happen, ruins and poisons the well for everybody else that actually has happened to.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Kind of some bad shit, really.
The season gets less jolly every year, man.
Yeah. All right. Anything else in the metal business, the metal world?
Not a whole lot of good releases.
I was going to say I usually do my new release look. I got kind of busy drinking today.
Yeah, nothing of note. Birthdays are where it's at today. Simon Le Bon, lead singer Duran Duran.
I really like the Wolf, and
born 58 today.
He looks like he's not hungry much anymore because he's a big fella.
He's 59, I think. Born in 58.
Yeah, but
59?
he's probably ready for the light heavyweight division.
Might have to take some weight cutting tips from Cormier.
Yeah, just don't make sure it's Johnny Hendrix.
Born in 1951, Ken Downing, guitar player for Judas Priest.
KK Downing.
Yeah.
No, he's probably. I was going to say probably one of the most overlooked lead guitar players in rock and roll in the '80s. But
yeah, because that was him on Painkiller, right?
Yeah, but he played really safe. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, he did what he needed to do for the song.
Yeah,
rather than kind of go out there and bleed some faces clean off.
Yeah. Wow. Do you want to do a quick little launch away from where we're at? Most overrated bands, maybe in metal.
Ooh.
Metal and rock and roll.
Most overrated.
Number 3 for me is going to be Judas Priest, because I think that there was this belief that if it wasn't for Judas Priest, then metal wouldn't have existed in the 80s. But I think that's probably wrong. I think actually what I enjoyed about metal had already moved beyond Judas Priest.
Yeah.
And that was Iron Maiden. That was
sure.
Well,
it's kind of like, you're either a Beatles fan or a Rolling Stones fan.
Yeah.
You're either an Iron Maiden fan or a Judas Priest fan.
Kind of.
Very rarely.
Well, because Judas Priest is the old school element, Iron Maiden was kind of the new kind of kids on the block, really.
Yeah. I'd have put fucking Bruce Springsteen at number 3.
You're number 3? Matt, see, I would have him at my number 1 because I'm not appreciative of what his effort is.
Yeah, for good reason.
Yeah. See, I have Bruce Springsteen probably at number 2, whereas I have AC/DC at number 1.
AC/DC would be at number 2 for me. God, number 1. Shit.
Overrated.
Number 1 overrated rock or metal performing act.
See, I mean, Kiss would be. They're in my top 5, just not my top 3.
Yeah, Kiss.
See, but I grew up on Kiss, and I appreciated everything that you had as the entire band back when they were wearing their makeup and they're doing their 70s shit. Ace Frehley was cranking out guitar solos like crazy.
Right.
You had Peter Criss doing his stuff and doing his his ballads and shit like that, like Beth and everything else.
Yeah.
It was perfect. Well, the problem is,
then the money started rolling in.
you got Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons, two people who both feel like they've been fucked by modern society.
Right.
They don't think that anybody should be able to even have just a sniff of their music without paying the full market value for the full album.
It's like buying local honey in Portales. Oh, $20 a pound, bitch. Well, it's just regular honey, right? Well, yeah, but I made it, so it's expensive.
It's expensive because I put it in a glass jar.
One more birthday,
Okay.
and we can shut the metal portion of this down. Scott Whalen, born today, 1967.
Oh, crap, really?
Yep. And
Wow.
it'll be December 3rd. He'll be passed away for 2 years.
Yeah.
Shit. Where's the fucking time gone, man?
I don't know. Man, that's...
Would have been 50 today.
Yeah, that's... God. Well, you don't see 50 if you're a grunge lead singer.
And you're lucky if you see 40.
Yeah.
If you see 40, you feel like maybe you've made it.
Man.
But even now, like we've seen with Cornell, I'll even throw Chester Bennington in there as well.
Yeah?
That brilliance comes with a strong, heavy price, man.
We need to protect Eddie Vedder. That's what we need.
We need to
do.
get him in witness protection program.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Put him in a padded cell so he can hurt no one or others can hurt him.
And Kelly Osbourne, born today, 84. Whatever.
Fuck that bitch. Okay. So that's the. Let's see. We finished Mead. We finished metal. Let's get to MMA. I'm getting excited.
Yeah. I mean, and it's not about the fight card tomorrow. It's actually about the pay-per-view the week after.
Yeah. Well, which we're going to talk about at length next week.
Absolutely.
I'd like to talk in generium on some stuff. Now, granted, yeah, the fight. There's a fight tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah. Brunson Machida card.
Yeah, man, make me care. What I'm excited about.
There's some pretty good fights on there,
I
man.
have no doubts. We're doing the pay-per-view on.
Yeah, of course.
For 117 or 217.
I was like, we're going back about 6 years, aren't we?
I'm going to jump into the Wayback Machine.
Oh, I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, no, we're going to do 217. So that's the big fight that I'm getting excited for. Sure. Tomorrow, if it's just a normal day, maybe I'd watch. But after last week's Gdansk card and tomorrow's card coming up, it's fine. I don't want to see Lyoto getting his fucking ticket punched, but he will.
That's exactly what I want to see.
Well, he is. He's going to get
going out on his guard.
Oh my God, yeah.
And that's
Brunson's going to just beat him to death
if he can get it done early.
Yeah,
I got Brunson by first round knockout.
Sure, that's
if he doesn't get it done first round, though, I think Machida grinds.
I don't think he does.
I don't think
that old man. I don't think that old man does.
I don't know, man. I think Machida at 185 is a little bit better than he was at 205.
That guy's been a changed fighter for a long time now, though. So
it's weird. Ever since USADA comes in, there's a lot of changed fighters all of a sudden. I'd even put Damian Maia.
A lot of them from Brazil. You're right. And he's fighting tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Co-main event fighting Colby Covington.
Yeah. I like Maia, but God, he looked terrible in his last outing.
Probably
against, Woodley.
Probably a show stealer. John Lineker and Marlon Vera opening up the card. That's going to be a bantamweight slugfest right there.
Did Lineker make weight today?
Yeah. Everybody made weight today, I believe. Okay.
Is Lineker fighting 135 then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
because he can't make that 125 cut.
Yeah, everyone came in at weight.
Oh, good.
New York has adopted instant replay for MMA.
Oh, fuck off! Really?
Well, hear it out. Okay. Basically, I'll just run down this list. They have 7 bullet points about it. When adequate technology is available, instant replay may be used by the in-ring referee to examine the fight ending sequence to determine the correct outcome of a bout. Instant replay may be used after the fight is officially concluded and before the final outcome of the fight is announced in the ring. Only the in-ring referee is authorized to initiate instant replay. The in-ring referee, him or herself, damn Kim Winslow, must watch the instant replay footage of the fight ending sequence on a video monitor provided for such purpose. In-ring referee may consult with the alternate referee to determine the correct outcome of a bout. Only the in-ring referee is authorized to make the final official in-ring determination of the outcome of the bout following the instant replay review. The fight cannot be resumed after the review. So no matter if he fucked it up, then it's probably a no contest.
But why even introduce the rule? I say.
Well, it saves fighters money for appealing a loss. They can just get it done right there for nothing.
Yeah.
And the referee has to feel like something fucked up.
I can see maybe the usefulness if there's like a knockout at the bell.
It's really like if you knock someone out and you headbutted him, then it's a no contest.
Yeah.
Because you can go back and see, that headbutt put you on your ass.
Yeah, but man, but if the
like
fight is immediately ended at that point, though, man, well, you've got to use that really judiciously.
I don't think we'll see it used a lot. There's not a whole lot of instances where this is going to be used at all, I don't think. Like for the Weidman fight when Gegard kneed him, that's when it would be used. And that was in New York, so it was a justified knee. He only had 1 point down, so it was legal. But, anything to help.
You know what the UFC should do first, before even thinking about any of that fucking nonsense? And that's just New York, by the way. So that's the New York State.
Who apparently is now the leading authority in, like, the new rules.
Well, if you have fights in New York, and apparently that's what this IMG promotion thinks they are now, is let's have all fights in New York when we can.
They haven't had one in a while. It's been a pretty good.
Well, they're getting ready to get a couple of them coming.
Well, pay-per-view and at MSG. MSG cards are different. That is completely different. You know they're going to load those up. If it's like Fight Night Syracuse, it's going to be just like Fight Night Sioux Falls, you know?
Yeah, but with the rules that the New York State Athletic Commission
and kudos to New York for actually adopting the rules when no one else seems to want to.
I would say as a promotion, the UFC needs to probably consider, I don't know, making the unified rules the rules of the promotion.
Making the unified rules unified?
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be slamming my phone up. But God,
I know, dude.
It is so...
It's frustrating.
Oh, my Lord. They put out new rules, and everybody gets excited. Hey, these are great rules. There is nothing wrong with the rules they've got.
I'm a huge fan of them.
But you have to see fights overseas or in New York
in
order to see the unified rules. Because they don't even adopt them in the home state of Nevada.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, too.
That is ridiculous.
Nevada, California, they're like the two big ones. And New York's like, well, we're good.
But isn't there a timeline, though, that all events, like I think it's January 1st.
I'm sure at the end of the year, everyone has to abide.
I think so. But, man,
I don't know why they're dragging their fucking heels.
You're going to get some really horrible fucking fights out there, though.
There's going to be an adjusting period, I'm sure.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, what I'm getting excited about, and it's not even the one we're going to do the pay-per-view on coming up November 4th. I'm getting excited about the last fight of the year. They put up...
I might go to that. I don't know. It depends on how the card develops.
Yeah, well, the card development right now looks like Conor McGregor going ahead and fight against El Kakui, Tony Ferguson.
That's your headline right there.
December 30th. That'd be...
Well, if Conor's fighting, I would try to go, but I know I wouldn't be able to afford it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And trust me. Well, and you saw a fight. You can believe Rogan's thing now is that the best fight to see is the fight on TV.
Indeed. Absolutely. The overall
ambiance
and atmosphere, the energy is great, but I'd much rather be just getting pissed at home watching fights. Cheaper. Far cheaper.
Yeah, and you can get liquored up more than they'll let you get in public. So
well, in Vegas they don't really give a fuck.
That's true.
It's just really expensive.
Yeah,
cost me $30 to get a little bit of a shine on in those fights.
Jesus.
And that was all in frozen margaritas.
So anyway, we might have now. This is not official. I'm just spitballing it, but the rumor is, so it's going to be Conor McGregor fighting against Tony Ferguson at the end of the year at 219.
Right.
My favorite fighter. Okay, so we had Rumble retire.
Yeah.
Inauspiciously.
To go sell weed.
Yeah. Which, it's a business. But
I'd quit getting hit in the head to do it, too.
But yeah, so Edson Barboza becomes my favorite fighter in the UFC. He's fighting Khabib Nurmagomedov.
If Khabib can hit 155.
That's the important thing to point out.
I think that's why they're doing this. Be like, all right, you're fighting Barboza. Let's see you make 155. You beat his ass. You're next in line for whoever wins between El Kakui and Conor.
Man, if Barboza's throwing those fucking whipping leg kicks, Khabib might want to get this to the ground fast.
Well, that's what he does.
Yeah.
Khabib's a wrestler.
He does.
Sambo, wrestler. He wants us to go to the ground.
What I'm saying is that if Edson can stuff some takedowns and deal some damage on those legs, this might be a
right. And Dominic Cruz and Dominic Cruz's return fighting Jimmy Rivera, Condit coming back. There's a lot of fighters.
Really? Yeah, the retired guy.
No, he never retired. he just has been on the shelf.
I guess he speculated.
Yeah, they were talking about it
Yeah.
after that title fight with Lawler.
Yeah.
But no, fighting Neil Magny. I think that's a fight he can win.
Yeah, potentially.
I don't know. I don't think we'll see Conor go for another title run or anything like that. But
No, I think he's a little long in the tooth for that. But then again, you know.
But he is my favorite Albuquerque fighter.
Yeah. Yeah.
I liked his work in WEC. I thought he was gnarly in there.
I mean, I'm still a fan of Cerrone, even though he hadn't looked like Cerrone lately. But
yeah, he's looking like a guy that just wants to have party. He's looking like Cal Naughton Jr. right now.
I think he needs to. I think he needs to look into Bellator. I think Scott Coker would take him right now.
I don't think he needs to fight anymore. After what I saw last week,
Yeah.
Darren Till demolished him.
Yeah. Now that Till guy though might very well just be a weird fucking like John Jones type.
Right.
Really.
Just like that weird young dude with a style no one really understands just yet. But it seemed pretty straightforward to me in that fight.
But doesn't Cerrone look a lot like Benson Henderson now?
Yeah. Yes. It's that. I mean, when they hit that high and then they just roll down, man. It's really shitty to watch.
Yeah.
I love Cowboy.
Yep.
I think he has a great fucking attitude. He'll fight whoever you want him to fight.
Right.
Sometimes to his disadvantage, though.
Yeah.
He had nothing to gain fighting Darren Till. Nothing.
I'm fully on Darren Till's fucking train now. You bet.
I want to see him fight Mike Perry.
Let him fight everybody. Let him demolish fools.
Yeah, Darren Till might be our new Cowboy.
Might be.
That dude fights. If he can fight like that, getting out basically unscathed, I don't think Cerrone really damaged him at all.
Well, that's the whole thing. I mean, dude came in, no losses, destroying sons of bitches. Well, and then everybody goes, yeah, but he wasn't. He was fighting on some minor promotions. He came into the UFC and fought one of the UFC's
Beat
legends.
The 6th ranked welterweight.
And made him look silly.
Yeah. I mean, it's. I just hate it that it had to be Cowboy.
Yeah, I get it.
Could have been anybody else.
I get that. But, oh my God, that guy was throwing and not. I mean, usually if you're throwing that much, behind everything, you're going to be a little inaccurate. Yeah. Fuck that. This guy had everything on.
I was very impressed with Darren Till.
Oh, my God.
I mean, that's a guy to watch.
He might very well change the entire promotion.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking forward to his next fight. I hope he fights Platinum Mike Perry. That will be a war that I think Darren Till would just destroy Mike Perry, who apparently shops at the same store as not Dominic Cruz, Cody Garbrandt.
Yeah. All right. Before we wrap things up, Halloween candy.
Do you hear that in the distance?
Oh, that's Budweiser's getting open there.
I thought it was goblins and ghouls.
Oh.
But it's beer on delivery.
Beer on delivery. This is see, we need to get more hired hands for this thing.
Thanking you. Ruben, why can't you do shit like that, man?
Ruben, you better start. Oh, he's holding up the Ausbach.
Oh, he's busy. He's busy drinking brandy straight from the bottle.
The German brandy that. Oh my, that German brandy is
pretty stout, yeah.
It's something, all right. It's fucking evil is probably what it is if you get a whole bottle of it in you.
Yeah, mix that little energy drink. You'll make some decisions you won't remember making.
That's right. Okay, so Halloween candy worst.
Those little shitty orange and black, like.
Oh yeah, those are
peanut butter pieces or whatever.
They're like a weird cream thing, though.
The po people candy.
Right.
It's like bit of honey for poor people.
I'd go apples.
That ain't candy.
I know. Tell the fucking 9-year-old Kevin that that's not candy, because 9-year-old Kevin knew it wasn't candy.
I was pretty stoked when I would get like money, like change.
Yeah, except for the asshole would throw like a handful of pennies in your bag.
I was fine with that. I was like, hey, that's 50 cents. I can roll that. That's like 10 pieces of chewing gum right there.
A handful of pennies, like 25 cents, maybe.
I mean, I always throw all the loose change and like bleach in the sink, make sure there ain't no disease.
Yeah, well, you have to. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I did that as a teenager, as a youth. My parents didn't really care for me that much, so they didn't check my candy.
Other terrible candy. So, yeah.
I know people hate candy corn. I fucking love candy corn.
See, I don't have a problem with candy corn necessarily. Carnival peanuts I have a problem with.
Oh, those are fucking disgusting.
Those weird orange things that are like molded like a peanut.
Yeah.
And they're horrible.
Yeah, they're like chalky and like chewy. It's a weird consistency.
It feels like if you're eating those, you should probably be wearing like the Super Bowl shirt of the team that lost.
Or like a soft helmet for daily travel.
Yeah. or like packing it into a windowsill to weatherproof your house.
Hey, Ruben, what's your worst Halloween candy? 5 seconds.
Worst Halloween candy.
Tootsie Rolls.
Tootsie
I
Rolls.
fucking hate Tootsie Rolls too.
There's an overabundance of that shit.
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm actually okay with Tootsie Rolls, kind of, but
I'm okay with Tootsie Roll, the suckers.
yeah. Oh yeah, the with the little middle.
Yeah, with the owl, you know. I mean, I'm fine with that. That's
The
okay.
Tootsie Roll pop. How many licks to the center?
You cheeky bastard.
Other ones, I don't know. The pumpkins. I mean, I'm all right with a candy corn, but I mean, come on, the pumpkins.
Hey, you shut your whore mouth. I will not sit here and listen to you denigrate the good name of Halloween pumpkin candy corn.
Aren't they basically candy corn just in pumpkins?
That's right.
So that means it's like 2 or 3 candy
it's the
corns.
exact same thing, only I find pumpkins to be far more festive than weird little yellow, orange, and white pieces of candy. It's Halloween. I want a pumpkin filled with sugar.
Other treats I would get that I did not care for, anything homemade, because I would throw that right in the trash.
Unless I went to the hippie's house and got those brownies.
Yeah, but I mean, as a child, did you? I mean, well, then again, you did have a different kind of childhood.
I had parents that didn't give a fuck what I did at age 6. I don't think I ever got like a weed brownie or nothing. I'd have been developed far better if I'd had.
All right, so best Halloween candies then. Those that are handed out reasonably, I mean, something. Yeah, if they'd throw you a set of Bentley keys, I'm sure you wouldn't turn it down. But I'm talking about the actual, like, what would probably be expected in the bag. The good stuff.
You're going to get a Dum Dum. You're going to get a few Dum Dums.
Those aren't good. Those aren't good.
I love Dum Dums.
Really?
What's your goddamn problem?
Because they're tiny.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Blast through. Like,
well,
like 4 of them in your mouth. You look like you're huffing glue.
Do you need a sucker the size of a horse's cock
No,
to enjoy it?
But you'll want something substantial.
No, that means you can just have like 5 of them and be like, oh, I want to try the mystery flavor.
I like
it's horse piss.
I like
Great.
the sweet tarts.
Yeah. Smarties.
Yeah.
Smarties.
Well, the sweet tarts were the other. They were bigger. They were like that.
Yeah.
Big. They were like.
See, that's what you're all about. You just want
like a
huge
pin.
candy as a youth, didn't you?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I want
to
a
feel
big-
like I'm coming away with something.
Man,
here.
please have a large brick of chocolate. That's how they
Right.
do it in Scotland. They fucking
right.
just like have a huge brick of chocolate like that.
And shaving it off like it's taco
There
meat
you
in
go, son.
Mexico.
Mine's fucking the pumpkins. Those are my favorite.
The pumpkins are your favorites.
They're simple. They're delicious.
Yeah.
And they go great with liquor.
which is important now.
That's very important now. Important then and important now.
What else were really, really good back in the day? I guess anything that was in the fun size of, candy bars.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Getting your little Snickers bar on.
Yeah. Hershey's Kisses. Except the problem with Hershey's Kisses is they don't transfer well. So, like, you throw them in a bag full of candy, that foil starts coming off.
Right.
And you start thinking, well, that one's obviously tampered with.
It's obviously injected with coke and meth. I don't want it.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess probably, oh, my God, what the hell? Butterfinger was kind of my thing as a kid. I was kind of big on
Butterfinger's
those.
dope.
Yeah. Yeah, you get like in the fun size. So I'd sit around. I was looking like a heroin user. I'm sitting there fucking like just tearing open pack after pack, and like get 5 of them lined
Rubbing
up.
the packing on your gums.
5 of them lined up, and I just throw them all in my mouth. Like, somebody knocking on the Actually, I take it back. It's Zagnut, not Butterfinger.
Oh, Zagnut.
Zagnut, yeah.
That's what Beetlejuice used to lure that fly into his grave to eat it.
Yeah, well, it had the weird little outer flaky weird stuff.
Yeah, it was like
No.
nougat, right?
I don't know. It was an unknown weird thing that I think they also put on the outside of like fried chicken.
Right up there with whatchamacallit. Yes.
I also liked, and lately as an adult, actually the chocolates with Asbach brandy in them that certain people will ply me with on occasion.
Booze candy, yeah.
Booze
I would
candy.
usually do it.
The Germans apparently like their chocolate, but they like booze. And, hey, you
Did it
put
go,
your
yes.
booze into my chocolate. You put your chocolate into my booze.
It is modern day chocolate peanut butter situation right there, isn't it?
All right. Okay, so we, I don't know. I think we're probably sufficient on the Halloween side of things today. We are.
Did you have a
close
favorite
out with
costume? Did you have a favorite costume as you?
Well, no. See, I would get these weird things like basically back in the 70s, which are probably got even worse since then. So what you would get is it was like an apron.
You're showing your
with a
age,
mask.
sir.
I know. But it was an apron. It was a plastic apron with like a print on it and like a plastic mask. And that was it. That's
perfect.
Yeah, that's
That
what
sounds creepy as fuck, actually. Especially in the 70s when, Leatherface was big.
Yeah, but every other kid was wearing the same shit. So,
That's what happens when you go
no
bargain bin.
originality. I blame that. I blame that. A store-bought existence, I blame on that. The convenience. So that's why, and it really kind of wrecked my Halloween for being an adult. So I would recommend this. Go out, teach your kids to, find their own shit, put together their own costume.
Damn right. Be like, hey, use your brain.
That's right.
I
did get a weird mask. It was like a latex thing that fit over my head. That kind of came a little bit later after I was already done trick-or-treating. And I was about a 14 or 15-year-old and became an asshole, wanted to scare people, and it worked pretty well. So,
yeah, fucking A.
Yeah.
There was one year, God, I was like 5 years old, living in Roswell. Had this little gal pal, lived across the way, 5 years old too, little tiny blonde girl.
Okay.
And she came over, and she dressed up as a princess, and I dressed as the blonde dude from Cobra Kai.
Yes, which you should do. Yeah, the good guys. Yeah.
Yeah, couldn't find a white gi. Couldn't find because I wanted to go macho. Obviously.
Oh, really?
Well, I was 6.
No, that's true. I
Or
couldn't
5,
fault
I
you
mean.
too much, I guess.
But they only had a black one that had like the snake on it. Yeah, fucking name, whatever.
There you go, Cobra Kai.
But my family, for some reason, they could afford a Karate Kid license costume, but like nothing else. So when it came to because I wanted like a black eye, I wanted to look like I got fucked up.
Oh, right. Like Ralph Macchio kind of lit you up.
Yeah, I wanted to have a little bit of blood, a little black eye.
Sure.
Use fucking markers on my face.
Oh, good. There you go.
Still one of my favorite costumes, though. 'Cause, got me a hot date that day with a princess.
There you go.
But my favorite all-time, fucking Leonardo, 1989, greatest Halloween of all time.
You went as Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yes. I went as a zygote. I don't even know he was born then. He was just really, really young. No, Leonardo from TMNT.
Okay. Oh,
the turtle.
Ninja
That's
Turtle.
right. Back when they were awesome.
That's right. I think I just need to get like a cape, a black cape, and I don't know. I'll keep it around and anytime,
like the maestro.
Maybe. Maybe
maybe
I do something else. Do like Phantom of the Opera. Maybe
Jekyll
I
Hyde.
throw on a hockey jersey and be like that guy off of Slapshot.
Like Paul Newman.
No, the guy that was supposed to be like the guy that would like fight. Everybody that.
The three brothers.
But no, it's like the little like curly-haired Jewish guy that basically.
Okay, I got you.
And he called himself the Count or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was going to come out there with a stick, and it was ridiculous. And but if you got to, or maybe, and then I could just throw powder on my face and be Count Dracula. A cape opens up a lot of avenues.
That's
for
true,
your,
and you can wear it after Halloween.
Yeah,
I'll find a real kick-ass.
If you want to look like a weirdo, maybe
I'd wear a cape to work.
Would you wear a cape walking around like the campus of Eastern, following sorority girls around,
yes,
wearing a black cape? Because that's the way the horror movies start.
Running at them yelling dilly dilly.
Time for us to wrap this shit up.
What's your picks, my friend?
Picks this week. Let's go with Mead.
What you drinking?
Actually, it's not even Mead. We just pick our drinks. Rye whiskey, which I'm unfortunately out of.
I know. We'll remedy that here in a minute.
I'm going our guy running the show is really apparently multitasking.
Where's our rye pour? Anyone? All right. Sure.
So I'm going rye whiskey this week.
As am I.
Music. I'm going to go anything else, Cooper, for this Halloween weekend.
I'm going to go John Carpenter themes. He put out a new album, his second album, really, which has Escape from New York on there, revised versions of that. Finally put the Halloween theme on there.
Yeah.
Really good shit. Really, really good shit. That guy is so underrated as a composer. So underrated.
MMA, I'm going Derek Brunson.
I'm going to go Jim Miller.
Oh, really?
I think Jim Miller's going to win tomorrow.
Jim Miller looks like a guy that would say, hey, you mind if I take your sister out? And you go,
no.
I don't.
Can you breathe and blink at the same time, son?
Like I don't know that I want you hanging out with anyone I'm related to.
Well, hey, I think this is our first podcast in front of a live studio audience here.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Hey, let's get some applause going here.
Yeah.
Ruben,
Yeah, come
Ruben,
on.
there you go.
Put your hands together at least. Come on.
Come on, bitch. There you go.
There we go. All right. Just so you people know we're
Thanks, buddy.
just not talking shit. All
That's
right.
right. There are actually people here. We know people outside of each other.
All right. Well, I would say just to end the whole damn thing is be good to each other. That's all I can really fucking say.
Be excellent to each other and party on.
That's it. All right. Getting you out the door with Rob Zombie and Dragula. Yeah?
Happy? Yeah. God, that's I think the song came out 20 years ago. 97, I think Hellbilly Deluxe came out. Ah, shit.
We'll see you next week right before UFC 217, another Friday night of a Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast. Dilly dilly!
Dilly dilly! Happy Halloween, you dirty heathens.